During my residency, I got to witness talks with Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor and author George Saunders, each talking about their childhoods and their creative process. I heard Councilwoman Chama Sawant talking about socialism and raising the minimum wage in Seattle. I heard Ann Jones talk about the everlasting scars of war, the horrifying reality of poor immigrants, blacks, whites, Hispanics, lured into the military by the prospect of college and left to deal with the crippling reality of PTSD. I heard DJ John Richards and writer Charles Cross talk about the legacy of Kurt Cobain and the effect his suicide had on Seattle music. And in the same room the following night, I heard Pastor Pat Wright talk about how her experiences as a black woman during the civil rights movement influenced her work with the Total Experience Gospel Choir. All these voices and different people I never would have encountered if I just stayed at home in the safe bubble of Facebook, looking at the timeline full of my little curated circle of friends who think and act and vote exactly like I do. The only way to understand people who are different from us is to encounter them in person and to hear their stories. I had this revelation while I was watching the results of this ugly, hate-filled election. Red states and blue states, divided by distance and fear. It really underscored to me why spaces like Town Hall are so important. Knowledge is the key to overcoming fear and hatred. Openness is the best, most profoundly important virtue of our nation, and openness is the virtue we must now fight to protect. We must listen to each other and see each other as we are, for good and for bad. We must speak up and make our voices heard, tell our own stories, and work together for the greater good of our community, for our country, for our planet. That is the only way to create true and lasting, meaningful change. So let's move forward, speak out with openness, let our voices be heard, and listen to each other with love and kindness.
Pushing air in waves of blue. Here in the open room, 'cause no one here is quite like you. No one here is made so true. Share with me your ear. Share with me your truth. Here in the open room. Share with me your tune. 'Cause no one here can sing like you. No one knows a song like you. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, the trouble we're leaving.
hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. Oh, deep in my I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall all be free. Shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all be free someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome.